Yeah, no. I gotta admit, now I've gotta make sure I upload these in order. So the other thing I started to really think about that blue enclaves, they're dealing with it. Everybody's dealing with it, but I mean, it's at first it became this kind of thing like everybody giggling behind their sleeves at thinking that sort of this idea of the drugged up rurals that they're losing everything because they're all on drugs, and that's why they're mad, because they're mad. They're blaming the gay and they're blaming the women, and so it's no, the drug thing. No, when you hear us cheer on the idea that the cartels will be wiped out, that we're going to work with Mexico is going to agree to work with us on wiping out the cartels. And then the beautiful part is, you see, I want to make sure you all get this, is people will cheer on getting rid of the drug dealers. Why? Because we're going to make sure you hear lots of stories about wonderful people. We're going to make you watch women cry. You're going to watch women in tears talking about their son, talking about their father, talking about their whole family. You're going to hear from young women who they managed to kind of make it, but their whole family's dead or in jail. We're going to make you watch them cry. And then when you react the way you always do, then we win. That's when we win. Because you will react with callousness. You will make fun of these women. You will say the Republicans are using them or trying to manipulate people. Oh yeah, it's politics, buddy. But you see that lamppost? See all that? See what? I don't want shoes dangling from that, motherfuckers. But I want to see something dangling from it. Oh, that's right. That's right. I want men dangling. I want firing squads. I want people, like Lao Tzu put it, the people will be disobedient. They'll be chaotic. They won't obey the law when they don't fear death. They'll mock death when they don't fear it. We've become a society that we love our TV shows about wild and crazy people eating people, and and then he's a serial killer who kills serial killers. The super big 9,000 brain, and can you believe anything is such an amazing plot? all me and my friends who like unicorns, we're all into that. We're all into it. That's a wacko. I see a wacko. Okay, they're gone. They went in another direction. I like that. I like when the wackos go in a different direction than me. Like, don't let the wacko see you. So, the drugged up wackos all over the place. And then at some point, that's going to be your fault. Everyone's going to figure out, no, that's your fault. That's what happens because you guys run things. And people, they know you run things. It's not like, oh no, we don't really run everything. This is weird as hell now. I forgot. We don't run everything. All the teachers aren't Democrats. The government isn't chock full of Democrats.
entertainment industry isn't so full of Democrats that it actually bullies people out of entertainment who actually have talent and had good shows that were selling, putting butts in seats. No, that's not what's happening. That's not what's going on. And so the appeal to just string up the drug dealers will grow. We will win this. Because you will not have any kind of retort. You won't have anything that sounds effective to rebut with that. And then there will be the cost, the money part of it. Because you see, you got to convince the libertarians. Libertarians won't like it, so you got to tell them how expensive it is. Oh yes. You see, this is how politically you win. You got to think this way. If you don't think this way, you could keep losing. I don't mind. Oh, yeah, do it. Yeah, there you go. And so, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind if you lose. See, because at some point, there's like, whether it's corporate types stealing, no, whether it's the guys dealing fentanyl, whether there's all kinds of characters, and all it takes is pointing out. You know how much better it would be if you just dealt with them. If you just ended that problem. Because remember, that was the whole thing with the mob. Remember, the issue with Luciano, the weirdest part about that is that Luciano made a deal so that we could win World War II. But remember that's the trouble with it, is that deal that Luciano made with our government. Well, the government suddenly became totally cool with organized crime to some extent. A deal had to be made. This is why nobody likes talking about the Ukrainian mob of the 90s and our weird attachment to the Ukrainians now. This is an instructional for Democrats, so I won't get too far ahead on this kind of material. You won't be able to appeal to people by saying, but you got to understand, he just had to light her on fire. He just had feelings and emotional states. That won't work. Don't worry. No matter how much you might get somebody who kind of is like mealy-mouthed and like nice about it, nice, not kind, nice, nocenti, that what you're going to get is us saying, well, if it had been up to us, this dude would have, 1, never been here. 2, he would have been kicked out a long time ago. 3, he would have long ago been locked up for a very long time for one of the many other things he's done. You don't have anything you could offer in contrast to that. Anything in contrast to that is not doing something. And honestly, I have to count on you doing that. I have to count on your party offering nothing as that to feel and talk. I count on this. That's why I win. I count on you talking while we're planning on doing. And now we've got more and more and more doers in office who are ready to get it done and are biting, are chomping at the bit, stamping their hooves. That's the best part, is that feeling. Seeing those fellas stamping their hooves, ready to go for January 21st. Oh, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. And the best part about it too is how once we start really rolling and we start getting some stuff done, and you guys are like trying to usurp everything and cause problems, and And, oh, let me light this on fire, and stuff. Get him, and all that kind of business that you guys are on. The best part about it really is going to be to see then sort of who in the media is dumb enough to keep losing. Because that's then that's that sweet foam at the top of the latte. That's the beautiful part of it, is that you guys have your friends who keep helping you out. These professional newsreaders and thespians and florists and fashionistas and such, and women whose faces look like a maul, or a shovel. Like that the woman's face, if you were to put like a shovel, like going downward like a shovel, you would be like, oh my God, her head is shaped like a shovel. Like, that's super weird. And it's also, it's actually, when it comes to aesthetics, it is not appealing. And you guys insist on it. So I like that. I like that you guys insist on that. But now there's that. And this was one that's been gnawing at me for weeks, was aesthetics. Not in the vein or not in the surface way of it. No. What hit me a while back, I was like, no, Hillary Clinton losing was a rejection of Hillary Clinton's base. They took it absolutely personally. Absolutely. They did not see it as Hillary Clinton just was an incredibly unlikable candidate who really had this sort of terrible track record as a politician. Absolutely terrible. That you almost have to live, you almost have to live in let's make up some fucking shit that Hillary did right world for so it's just so that's why so the rejection of her, it hit me. I'm like, no, the reason why this is fucking with them so bad is because the rejection of her is actually personal, and the rejection of Kamala, and especially how much people are like, yeah, I hate Kamala's laugh. The fact that you guys were worried about letting her know that, and that this becomes the joke is, and it's sensitive and everything, but it took that entire time for somebody to finally kind of come at her no, really, your laugh is all fucked up. That's early coaching from public speaking. That was unbelievable. That she never had anybody bring that up. And so that's the deal. Aesthetics. Your concept of the beautiful is fundamentally fucked up. You can't take criticism about your fucked up sense of aesthetics. There's the issue with this, and I'm just saying it flat out because you know that. All of you on the left know that it has something to do with that at some level. Because you already have taken it all incredibly personal. So, what I started to figure out about this a while back was because of the 48 laws of power. There's nothing the right can ever do. This is very important for the right wing to understand this. In rejecting the women of the left, the more they get rejected, the more we are criticizing their fundamental sense of the beautiful. So the true, the good, and the beautiful. Saying that they're lying all the time, they're liars, it doesn't really matter, because liberals actually have a different kind of concept of truth. They made this very clear, that they think of it as subjective, widely, that about 90% of them, in some way, shape, or form, they will try to say that the truth is subjective. They don't get the fundamental concept. Now, that's a point of view. Yeah. Anyway, so then the whole deal comes down to this thing of, yeah, well, what the problem you have is you all want all women to be beautiful. Old fat Hindu women pretending to be black. They're supposedly beautiful too, even with their horrible cackle and their upside down legs. And Hillary Clinton with her upside down legs, and her horrible voice and laugh and everything, and awkwardness and phoniness. This is like, no, we're old unlikable women, but we're still beautiful. And it's like, no, of course you're not. Young desirable women who are nice, they're beautiful. Like, what are you talking about? Kayleigh McEnany, she's beautiful, and that got him. Kayleigh McEnany is so funny, just the way they hated her so much, at a level that, I mean, like, she probably keeps a low profile because she knows how completely, like, insane she makes them. That she knows it, because she understands. She's like, no, a lot of them are envious, ugly girls, and unlikable women that don't know how to flirt, and they never develop the skill because they're just not very good looking. So and that's it comes down to this at a very fundamental level for a lot of liberals, that it's like, no, everybody grows old and ugly. That's why a lot of us ended up kind of yielding to the right, because we're like, inevitably it feels like there's more to life than this. So if I'm superstitious, quote unquote spiritual, then what do I really think about that? What do I really believe? And then can I justify not just belief, but can I justify a lot of my theories about things from knowledge that I actually have? How am I actually taking knowledge in and then analyzing it? That libertarians helped with that one, where they're like, have you ever thought of it like this? And I'm like, oh God, I don't like the emotional state that makes me feel. So very likely there's probably something about it so true, it bothers me. It bothers the fact that I didn't see that before. And so, you see, so it required I go through the Western concept of improving thyself. And found, like, yeah, I have some problem arguing against a lot of these things. I was steeped in the left. I know my shit, and I was like, no, but these guys are really good. These are the real brains. These are people who really know this stuff. They really understand what they believe, and they know what they know. So now, how you all are going to sell the left, I'm not really sure. Because you don't have kind of this thing of, oh, well, you could sell the left because the right is like this. You guys can't really do that because the right isn't like what you describe, more often than not. So it's now a matter of, you're going to have to actually find whatever your issues are, that you're absolutely going to be like, we're the only party that can solve this issue. But outside of that, I don't even know how you're going to sell that. I don't know how you can sell that at all. Yeah. So good luck.